Do, 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 do. Greg, you said the words, and I heard you say the words, but 100 hours is a really long time for anyone to be working in YouTube. And especially somebody like me who doesn't necessarily like being on video. What did you do for 100 hours? That's like, half a week's work for us. So tell me, what were you doing and how can it help me?
Oh man. Okay. So honestly, in 100 hours of YouTube research and beating my head against a wall with nails in it, you know what? You would think YouTube is a very easy and simple process. Oh, I make a video that I like and I put it up and everyone's going to watch it and I'm going to be an Instagram, superstar and YouTube genius. It is so far from that. It's not even funny. This is literally like baking a complicated recipe or cooking a complicated recipe, and you're always missing an ingredient because you can get all the basics right, but then you miss the small things, and that has the bigger effect than the small things have a bigger effect than the small things. So let me give you an example. You like a video. Michael loves the snowmobile, right? So Michael comes out, he straps on one of his 500 GoPros, probably the edition that's probably not even out to the market yet, gets out of a snowmobile. He's romping around with some friends, takes some great footage, posts it on YouTube. Thinks everyone with a snowmobile is going to just watch him for end from the beginning of the day to the end of the day and then share it with friends.
Yep.
No.
No.
You have to look at your content category. You have to look at your channel settings. What are you looking at? What do you want to be seen as? What category do you want to be in? Entertainment, blogs and people, education, the list goes on and on. You select that. Then you have to understand how you're going to be, what you want to have in your descriptions, your titles, your thumbnails, where to get these, how to operate a system, how to make this system flow naturally. So I put together a list of kind of how I would do it. You're raising your hand. That's not our signal, Michael. That's not our signal.
Well, wait. Can I just AI it?
Yeah, you can.
Can I just put my video up there and say, throw it around? Because honestly, for the snowmobiling videos, I've got a guy who does editing clips and busts it down. Can I get good results with AI?
Yeah, you can go to a system called vidIQ, which I use consistently. They have a little magic button. They literally call it the magic filler. That's what it's called. And you do have to pay money for it, but it'll go in and automate everything for you. I think that at some point is definitely 100% worth it once you understand how to bake the cake. Once you understand how to bake the cake, aka create, a YouTube video that's going to be visible to a lot of folks, and the algorithm is going to pick up and then going to serve it up and put it into the offering trays in regards to showing people, hey, look at this content. Other people like it. And they run it in batches, which I didn't know for a long period of time. So they'll do test batches on content and they'll send it out to a couple hundred people, like 200-300, then another 400 or 500. And then if it keeps going, then it gets comments, likes, views all the way through. The first 30 seconds are critical. If you get the first 30 seconds, hold people for the 30 seconds. That's why it's called a hook, because you're trying to hook them into your content. You have a strong enough hook, and then you get into the meat and potatoes and your cadence and your B-roll, your overall timing, how you interact with the camera, all plays a major role in how people are going to watch. Yes, the guy in the front row, Michael.
I don't mean to interrupt you again, Craig, but
you're going to do it.
I'm going to do it anyway. I'm a real estate agent. You're saying a lot of words that are going over my head. I want to step back for a second. Please. You told me at one of our last shows that all I need to do is get out there and maybe introduce one of the other companies in the neighborhood. I just need to talk about houses. I need to do something to put my face in front of the camera. But hooks and vidIQ and all of that stuff, what did you learn in that 100 hours that's going to help me go from, hey, Greg, I went down to Choc Cookies on the corner and they have a great cookie and I really like the chocolate chip one because when you open it up, the chocolate connects the two pieces together and that's my favorite part. To, I'm producing results because I've seen your videos. They look good. They look clean. They're cut correctly. They format well. They look good on my phone. They look good on my computer. How do I get from here to there? What's my path?
Find something you want to talk about, that you really want to talk about, that's sustainable. If you try to go out and be someone who's not you, and you try to be fake and this is what I'm supposed to be, that's going to be a major downfall, because it's very functionally dysfunctional, because you're not going to want to shoot it. You'll shoot it for maybe a couple of days, maybe a week. If the baby Jesus touches down on planet Earth again, maybe you'll do it for a month. And that is if the rapture takes place. But in realistic terms, if you don't like it, love it, have a passion for it, wake up thinking about it, like Michael, snowmobiling, me, video creation. I dream about video creation and how to make it better. Go, Michael.
Okay, not to interrupt you. How do I do it? Not what do I do? What did you learn in 100 hours on YouTube that you're going to tell me to save me time, energy, money, and frustration? What do I do when I get to YouTube?
So what I've always told people for a number of years is and this is the 100 hours in YouTube, is find your passion and talk about it, and then do a header and a footer in regards to who you work for. So, hey, this is Greg McDaniel with eXp Realty. Today, we're going to be talking about clocks. Today, we're going to be talking about this new microphone I just got. We're going to be talking about this market, this crazy new house that just came on the market. We're going to talk about this new park, this new subdivision, whatever. And then you talk about the content. Then you say, hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, again, my name is Greg McDaniel with eXp Realty. Stay tuned for your next, video. If you have any comments that I should cover something here in the local area, please put it in the comments or DM me. See you guys in the next video. Click done. So find your passion, find your competency. And when I say competency, I'm not referring to the fact that you're not competent in multiple things in life. I'm saying that every single human being has a secret power. Everybody can do something insanely awesome that I have no freaking clue how to do it. So show me how it's done. You can use AI. You can build out a 30, 60, 90-day market, shooting platform. So if you want to shoot once a week, once a day, once an hour, which I would not recommend because your videos will cannibalize themselves, and I'll get into that later. But find what you want to shoot in, and then figure out your shooting schedule that you can realistically maintain. And there is literally no shame. If you can do it once a week, amazing. If you can do it twice a week, even better, so on and so forth, but the thing is that you don't want to shoot too much. And that's a trap I fell into, because I'm like, oh my gosh, more content's better content. No, that's literally not the case, because it's like, if you ever been to the ocean and you see two waves coming in simultaneously, one will cancel out the other wave, and one wave will be the only one that makes it into the shore. Same thing in regards to YouTube video creation or content creation. You want to segregate and separate them out. So if you're going to do a long form video and then you want to do shorts, your long form video should probably max do one a day right now. Now, if you're going to be like at broadcast level, you do 5 or 6 a day, but that's a full staff. That is a totally different level of playing that we're not even going to talk about right now. So for most of us, they just want to get content out on a consistent basis. Shoot 1 to 3 times a week. And then I use a system called Opus Clip. It costs a couple of dollars, not a whole heck of a lot. I think it's $175 for the year or something like that. You could upload your long form content, and then they, with their AI backend system, they will chop up all your shorts or reels, and then they will automatically put tags on them, hashtags, little titles, and then they will distribute them to your social media accounts that you attach to their system. So you don't have to chop them up by hand. You don't have to do all the labor work. You just shoot the long form content, and then you take it over to Opus, you clip it out, and you put it out into your social medias. At the same time, you're flipping it up to YouTube and making sure that it's cleaned up. But then what I've found, the easiest way to clean up your content, I use a system called CapCut. Now, CapCut is a free editing system. You can use it on your phone, or you can use it on your computer. I literally watched a guy on YouTube in a 10-minute video explain how to use CapCut on my computer. I thought it was super daunting. It is so stinking simple. Once you get a hold of this thing, it's bone-numbingly simple. And I used to do what they call B-roll, like that, like when you watch news or a movie, especially news, they keep rerunning a certain clip of like police cars or a chase or, you know, broken windows of a building, whatever the story's about. That's B-roll. It's repetitive, secondary content that enhances the original format content that you're talking about. I cut all of it out. I cut all my B-roll out. I just shortened my content, and I was high intensity and assertive with the subject matter that I was speaking about. And I was running my videos at like 15 to 20 minutes. Wow, that is way too freaking long. What you really want to do is you want to keep in mind that folks have the attention span of a goldfish. So for them to stay with a long form video, you got to be entertaining, and you have to have something of substance that's going to affect their lives, not your life, their life. You have to be the person that's going to solve a problem that they're looking to solve. That's why people go into YouTube and type in how to fix a leaky sink, how to bake a pie, how to change lawnmower blades, whatever. But they're going there for a solution. So if you go on there and you want to say happy flower and rainbow day, guys, that's good because you have a passion for it, but it's not solving a problem. You have to be a problem solver. Bring a solution to an issue. Once you start being relevant to another person's life, they're going to keep coming back because they're going to associate with you as a guide, a leader, a forward thinker, someone who is solving problems that they don't want to go figure out. That is the point about YouTube. It's a living business card with real world, content that people can put into action in their own lives. People are their favorite story content character. So why not feed that and make their lives better so they talk about your actions? Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this back around a little bit. And Greg, this is our channel. This is some of our lives, and we've got some of our other stuff on here. I don't see
the one we're currently live on. Yes.
Yeah. I don't see a magic button. When I put this stuff up in my YouTube as an agent, okay, and this is our page, what do you want me to do with it? Is there any button here that I can click that's going to make me popular?
Yeah, so you want to go click on it, and you want to go into the YouTube studio. So this is the forward-facing public page. So you need to go to the YouTube studio page. You should click on... No, you want to go to the studio. It should be on the upper right-hand side where your photo is. And then once you get into the studio, there it is, YouTube studio, right after that line. There it is. So you get into your YouTube studio, and this is where you're really going to be able to start seeing some stuff. So right now you're looking at your overall. Obviously, this channel is in the growth pattern right now. And this is not the best example, but let's look at this really quickly. You go over to the left-hand side, Michael, go over to content. And then what you're going to see on content is going to really kind of help your point of view on a couple of different factors. So these are the videos, right? So you see the video, see the description, you see if it's public or private or kind of however you rank it. So right now we have one that we have private up at the top. All the rest are public. You see the dates and the view counts, and obviously the private one's not going to have any view counts. So what I want to do is these are our long forms. Michael, right next to the word video at the top, please click on the one right to the right of it. It says shorts. It's going to be up top. There we go. Click on that. So if and when you start creating and ripping shorts, this is where they will live. Now, Michael, go one more over to the live category. And that is where Michael and I typically live with this because we shoot this show live. So if that's something you guys want to do, this is where you're going to want to watch and look. So here's the really interesting thing. You can go over. Now, let's do one more thing on a video. So let's go back to our long form video. So just click the part that says video. Perfect. Just pick any video. I don't care. Pick the one, the second one down because it's that one. No, so actually click on the title. Click on the title. Thank you, sir. So now I want you to go over to the left, right below the thumbnail up there. It's just going to say details and then analytics. Click on analytics, please. It's going to be at the top. It's going to be at the top, same bar that you're already in. There you go. Analytics, please. There we perfect. So now a lot of this stuff you don't really kind of understand. That gray line is what your average is. The harder blue aqua blue, whatever color that is, that's what that video is doing in regards to overall viewers. So for our viewers, our view time is 0.2 hours, right? So we're seeing what's going on. So that's pretty interesting. Now click the button to the right up there that says reach, right next to where it says overview, right under video analytics, top left. There's reach. So now what it's saying is that we've reached, or impressions have been made with that individual video 55 times. Our click-through rate is actually 3.6, which is pretty freaking good. That's really not bad averages for that amount. That's pretty awesome. Now, I want you to scroll down just on that same page. This is the uniquely interesting part. Now, that little circle right there, 75% of all viewership came from channel pages, which means they are serving this up, right? Now that we have 54 impressions to the right, you see that inverted triangle. You kind of get a little bit more information about it. Now you go down and you see that this promoted traffic, 25% was promoted by YouTube. That's pretty interesting. And 100% is being Google searched. So we get a little bit more insight about that video and about that content. Now let's go to engagement. It's going to be right next to search at the top again. Now, here's the really cool thing. So watch time, we've already confirmed is 0.2, of an hour, which is not bad. I mean, it's only got 54, 55 views. But look at the duration, 2 minutes and 28 seconds out of, I don't know how long that video actually was. But people, on average, stuck around for 2 minutes and 28 seconds. You're going to want to continually get that up and never, ever, ever stop doing it. So now, let's go back right above the thumbnail, please. You're going to see that says channel content. Click on that. So that's going to bring us back to what we see as our videos. So we want to make more content. Let's just use that one. Canva was it tricks for realtors that will blow your mind. Great. Go up. So we played with the top tags at the top right below. It says video channel content. You see the video, shorts, lives. We went over those. I want you to click on the button to the left. It says inspiration. Now, this is a uniquely interesting aspect that YouTube puts in there for you. This is based upon what you have published, and then it gives you those opportunities in that white box up there, Michael. So which ones would you like to select, or would you like to type something in yourself, and they give you anything? So let's do the simple stuff. Let's click on real estate marketing, digital content creation, just those two. See the grid, there it is. Click on that one. Click on whatever else you want. You want to click another one?
Nope.
Okay, hit explore ideas. Now, it's going to be looking at these ideas that you've highlighted. Now you have 2 pages here. Now, Michael, as this is rendering up and is kind of pulling all this stuff together, is there a title in there that jumps out at you? Doesn't matter. Does anything kind of jump out? Because it's going to be pretty interesting on how this all correlates together, how it's going to save you guys a ton of time on working with this. So show me which one that grabs you.
This one, how to automate property video scripts using live market data integration tools.
Perfect. Click on it. So that's under workflow animation. That's one of the categories. So this is where it really gets interesting. So at the top, it's going to outline a basic 10,000 foot view of what this content's going to be. And then it gives you 1, 2, 3 on the left-hand side of why this content would fit your channel based upon what you put in your personal preferences, the videos that you created. And then they show you suggested videos that might be something like this video right below it, where you can click on it. And they have very good view count. So if you're kind of like, how do I shoot this? How would I do that? Good. Go watch the videos. Now, you've identified that you want to use this. So here, see that black button that says develop idea? Click on that develop idea, please. So now this brings in all kinds of fun stuff. This is going to bring in your hooks, your outline, and scroll down. It gets better. And I'll even show you how this works out a little bit better. It's going to give you your outlines. We'll get into a second. It's generating potential thumbnails that you can download all this stuff for free. It gives you titles as suggestions that you want to do. And again, it gives you some related videos on YouTube. So let's say we like this idea. Go back up to the summaries, please. Or outline. And it says show more on the right-hand side of each one of those categories. That's going to be your hook. That's going to be your outline. Go ahead and click on that. Now you have multiple different opportunities. What style you want to shoot in, what resonates with you. How do you want to do this? You're like, oh, I don't know. Michael, which one jumps at you right off the bat?
So I love them all. I like the death of anything static. So let's talk about death of static real estate templates on the top.
Okay. Before we do that, see where it says refine this outline to the right-hand side and gives you three opportunities. So you can click on that or you can type anything in there. So Michael, if you want to refine that, type in something. Let's refine this outline a little bit. So type anything you want in there to kind of bring it home to your thought pattern. And as he does this, guys and gals, the reason why this is so important is that YouTube is literally serving you up exactly what they're seeing through their lens of this whole process of what would do best for you. They are literally throwing you a golden parachute so you don't crash land. They want you to succeed. Now, why do they want you to succeed? It's because they make an ungodly amount of money off of the ads off of good videos. They want you to succeed. You work, they get paid. That is how this relationship works. You get the fame, they get the cash. Everybody signs up, everyone's good. So Michael changed that. Did you hit the refine outline?
I did. I hit enter, maybe. I don't know. Okay, Greg, we're crossing that 20-minute mark. So I do want to cover a couple of other things, though.
I got to finish the process, bro. Okay. So what you're going to do at this point is you're going to pick the death one. And you see that copy button? Michael's on that one. So you're going to copy that. Michael, open up an AI, any AI. I don't care. You're literally going to drop that in. And hopefully he's going to be able to show us that. But as Michael brings up another screen, he's going to copy and paste that. You can take your anything, just drop it in and watch what happens. Now, AI is taking that because it's specifically written by another computer. It breaks down what you can actually talk about. Then I go back and I'll say, hey, look, can you rewrite this as a teleprompted script for a YouTube video? And you can then manipulate kind of how you want to have the format laid out and how long you want it. So do you want it to be a 3-minute video, a 5-minute video? And say, Michael, write it for a 5-minute video. And watch what happens. And there we go. It's going to chronologically break this thing down. And I see how they wrote it nice and vertical for you so your eyes don't move or shift when you're reading this stuff if you need to read it. I then go in, I zoom in, I make it big and bold so my 47-year-old eyes can actually read that stuff as I rip through stuff. And I have dyslexia and ADHD, so it's very hard for me to read stuff. But I make it work like this. And so you create this content that YouTube is telling you to create through their own lens. They're like, dude, we want to help you out. Just use this button. You start doing this, and all of a sudden, your YouTube woes are going to go by the wayside because based upon what you've already created, they're saying, do more. This is what your public is liking. They give you suggestions. They give you references. They show other people that have shot similar videos with great view counts. You can look at their cadence, their delivery, everything, their shooting style, and then go with it. Yep. Once you figure out your shooting style and how often you want to shoot, you're off to the races. Now you're going to hit bumps, guaranteed. Are you going to have videos that suck? Yep. Are you going to have ones that really kick ass and take names? Yes. Here's the one thing before Michael shuts me up again. YouTube is based on emotion. You have to create emotion. People buy and sell off of emotion. They listen based on emotion. Make me feel something. Make me sad, happy, anxious, mad. Do something. Make it come alive for me. And then last but not least, thumbnails. We can get into a whole new video about that. But number one thing, create emotion. Make there be a curiosity gap in your title and in your thumbnail so that I am compelled psychologically to click on your content because I have to know the other side of the answer. I have to know what happens or what's going to come of said problem, or what is this thing we're going to celebrate together, or whatever it's going to be. You have to show me emotion. Once you start doing that, you'll blow up. I mean, I did a video, was 8-9 months ago, something like that. and it was about a massive shift in my life. And I did not understand this at this time. And I talked about something that's radically shifted in my life. And it was not that much. Well, it was freaking horrible. Let's put it that way. And I went on camera and I talked about it. I got over 400,000 views on one clip. And I didn't even try because I had emotion and people loved it. Show me emotion. I'll show you success on camera. Back to you, Michael.
All right, Greg, I know we're at that 25-minute mark, so we are going to cover this more on a future show because I want to talk about those views that people saw and the things that you are doing to improve your audience. 20-minute videos are not the sole source. When Greg does a video, he takes that video, he chops it up, and he uses the chunks of the video. The emotion is there, the content is there, the quality is there, but he's focusing on the fact that people don't have the attention span to drive through a 22-minute video all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'll give you an example, Greg, is I've got a video with over 1 million views. It is of a Cal Fire bulldozer driving down the hill to put down a fire.
Yeah, I'd watch that too.
People watch it over and over. So that's what we're going to cover for today, not the bulldozer, the stuff that Greg's just been talking about. We are going to hack this video up and we are going to get views based on the emotion and the content. Greg, as always, I want to say thank you. This has been a great show. Looking forward to next week. Send us home.
All right, boys and girls, you guys are amazing. You're stronger, smarter than you can ever imagine. Go out there, take this content, have questions, DM me, call me, 925, 915, 1978. I will answer. If you got questions, thoughts, or theories, I will share exactly what I'm doing with you. It's up to you to pick up the phone. You have my number. We'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, deuces.
Peace out.
Love you. Bye.